Hi everyone, it's PJ slash Rainy Day Gamer, and today we're going to be talking about the new expansion pack businesses and hobbies. I'm just going to be taking a look at what I'd like to see in this pack. Personally, these are of course my opinions, and I'm not expecting all, if any, to be potentially added, but we will see and have some hope. So the first thing I'd like to see is an update to the current retail system. So at the moment we obviously have the kind of bare bones retail system that came with Get to Work, which is what, a decade old at this point. So I hope they're not just rehashing the same thing with a little bit of sprinkles put on top, but I hope they actually completely revamp this system. I think a business should be difficult to run and should feel impactful and not just like a make-believe type scenario. In terms of some business features, if a sim buys something from your store, I would like that to actually be added to that sim's inventory. For example, let's say you own a furniture shop, and if they buy a table, you can then change to that household and actually place that table into their home. Of course, I play rotationally on my channel, so this would be a huge plus for me as it just makes everything feel so much more connected. And that's something that I struggle with The Sims 4 is sometimes it feels disconnected and it's hard to kind of make everything blend together. Another huge feature that I think we all would love to see, and I think this is the perfect pack for it to come with, is burglars. I think we are long overdue them, and this is again the best pack for them. Personally, I think they should be base game considering how much people have wanted it, but I don't see it happening unfortunately, but fingers crossed. Another feature that is from The Sims 2 and only The Sims 2 is being able to have multiple lot types all on one lot, which is called multi-purpose lots. So in The Sims 2 you can have something like a park, a store and a gym all on one lot. And the reason why I think this is important is this pack should allow you to run your business from home. That is a huge thing with businesses. There's so many people that run a hair salon from maybe their back garden or something like that. And I think in The Sims 4, we should be able to do that with this pack. If they were able to do it in The Sims 2, I don't see why they're not able to do it 25 years later. Especially since it's kind of like an open for business 2.0 pack. So yeah. In terms of new hobbies, so far the only thing we know is tattoo parlors are making a return, but I just want to talk about some more hobbies that I would like to see. The first kind of category would be more musical instruments. So the last time we actually got a musical instrument, I believe, was the DJ booth from Get Together. I may be wrong on that, but if that's the case, that's a really long time. So I think we are long overdue some more instruments. I would love to see some things like drums, maybe a bass, a saxophone, and then maybe some kids' objects like a xylophone or maracas, just to give kids and toddlers some more instruments. I also think this could blend in perfectly with bands. I don't think bands will come in this pack, but it would be a nice kind of surprise. Otherwise, if they just gave us the instruments to be able to make our own bands with Get Together, the club system, that would be great. In terms of dancing, I would like them to at least do one or two dancing hobbies that feel a little bit fleshed out. So I know we had something like cheerleading that came with the teenager pack, but I would love to see maybe ballerina and hip hop. I think those are two kind of stark differences, and it would be fun to have your Sims be able to use a ballet bar or maybe hip hop for, some money on the side, stuff like that. It would add some really nice gameplay. Another feature that I think would be a huge benefit for us as maybe family gamers is a kids after school club system. Now, we have kind of gotten that in the teen pack in some ways, but I'd like it to be extended to be able to do anything. So how I would like this to work is they could have a base lot that will dynamically change depending on what type of club your kid is actually going to. For example, if it's guitar lessons, maybe the game will generate those guitars inside that room on the lot. Or dance mats if it's hip hop, for example. I think if they just put a tiny bit of effort into this and not have spaghetti code, it could be a really nice addition to give kids and teens some more fun to do and kind of flesh out their days a bit more. Then in terms of other small kind of hobbies, something like pottery I think would be really nice. And alongside that, maybe fashion design. And the reason why I'm clumping those two together is I think these have a really great opportunity to be expanded like we've never really had hobbies be expanded before. And what I mean by that is we already have the pet tool that allows us to draw on our pets or do stencils, stuff like that. And it would be really cool if they gave us that tools in terms of pottery and clothing design. I think being able to color basic clothing items, maybe dresses, t-shirts, jeans, stuff like that, could be a really cool addition. Obviously, we have custom content, so we don't really need it, but I think it'd be something fun. Another thing I wanted to talk about was more small activities. So these wouldn't necessarily be big hobbies, but just something for your Sims to actually interact with each other. So in The Sims 2, we have things like playing catch, playing tag, hide and seek. And I just think by adding these kind of smaller features, it will help kind of add more depth to the overall gameplay. It would be really fun to kind of just see two random kids playing tag on a park lot or something like that. Then in terms of sports, the only two that really come to my mind off the bat are football. They are ones we had in previous games, and it would be fun to kind of have them back in the actual game. Another topic that is something we've been asking for a really long time is cars. And if they do add it to this pack, that would be great. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, I would love them to not only add cars, but bring back car restoration that was in The Sims 2. That was one of my favorite things to do, and if they do add cars, I just really, really want it back. Please. Another thing is hosting classes. Now, we already have this in Spa Day, where your sim can host yoga sessions, and they can actually gain money from that. I think if they took that system and made it to where you can do it with any hobby, it would be really, really fun, and it could add a whole new freelance kind of area for your Sims to work on. So you could have piano classes, etc. Then some other kind of small features I hope they add in are just smaller features that make the game feel more alive. So let's say you want to own a furniture shop. Let's say you have the option to actually stock up on your furniture, so you can maybe buy a bunch of chairs from a wholesaler, but let's say some of those chairs may be faulty, and then a sim who bought one from you comes in the next day and demands their money back and maybe leaves a bad review, something like that. And overall, I just think those small details is what makes the sim so special personally to me. So hopefully slowly they bring more of that kind of little flavors back into the game. But yeah, those are all the kind of things I would like to see added. I'm hoping some surprises are released during the trailer. I think it's coming out tomorrow, and then we have a gameplay deep dive over the next couple of days. Hopefully this pack is something that adds more depth to the game and fleshes out previous systems that were kind of lacking. If you have any kind of ideas that you'd like to see in the pack, or maybe any ideas that you don't agree with, let me know below. But otherwise, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.